Have you ever found yourself feeling lost or frustrated in your relationships? Maybe you've tried everything, listened, reassured, even bent over backward, only to feel like it's still not enough. Does it seem like you're navigating a maze of emotions you don't fully understand? You're not alone. Relationships can feel overwhelming, especially when faced with constant demands for attention, emotional reassurance, and moments of unpredictable intensity. As the philosopher Marcus Aurelius once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." What if you could bring calm to the chaos, strengthen your bond without losing your sense of self? In today's video, we're diving into 6 powerful insights that will not only help you understand these challenges, but also equip you to navigate them with wisdom and resilience. Let's unlock the secret to building deeper connections while staying grounded in your values. Lesson 1. Emotional security. Have you ever felt like no matter what you do, your partner still feels unsure about the relationship? Maybe she asks, "Do you really love me?" Or gets upset when you don't respond the way she hopes. If this need for emotional security is left unaddressed, it can lead to unnecessary tension. Misunderstandings grow, doubts creep in, and over time, it can be hard to bridge. Marcus Aurelius once said, "When you arise in the morning, think of what a privilege it is to be alive, to think, to enjoy, to love." This quote reminds us that love thrives when there's a sense of stability and trust. Emotional security isn't about fixing every problem or offering endless reassurances. Instead, it's about showing up with consistency and care, creating a safe space where love can flourish. To build emotional security, focus on being present in the moment. When she shares her feelings, listen deeply without distractions. Actions often speak louder than words, so show your care through thoughtful gestures, like remembering something important to her or being dependable in tough times. At the same time, don't lose yourself in trying to meet her needs. A steady and grounded presence will reassure her far more than overthinking or constantly trying to prove yourself. When you create emotional security in a relationship, you build trust, deepen your connection, and make both of you feel valued and understood. It's the foundation for a lasting and meaningful bond. Lesson 2. Desire for attention and validation. Have you ever felt like your partner constantly seeks your attention? Or maybe she gets upset when you don't compliment her as much as she expects. It can sometimes feel overwhelming, like no matter how much you give, it's never enough. Left unchecked, this dynamic can lead to frustration, misunderstandings, and even resentment. You might feel drained, and she might feel neglected, creating a cycle that weakens the relationship over time. As Epictetus said, wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants. While this quote often refers to material wealth, it also applies to emotional wealth. A fulfilling relationship isn't built on endlessly chasing validation, but on genuine, meaningful exchanges. Understanding your partner's need for attention doesn't mean becoming a constant source of praise. It's about offering the right kind of validation without losing your own focus and balance. The key here is to strike a healthy balance. Pay attention to her needs, but don't let them dominate the relationship. When you give a compliment, make it meaningful and sincere. For example, instead of generic flattery, praise something unique about her, like her determination or the way she handles challenges. At the same time, keep your own goals and priorities in focus. A partner who sees you thriving in your purpose is naturally drawn to your confidence and independence. By recognizing her need for attention without overindulging it, you show that you care while maintaining your own strength. This balance creates a dynamic where she feels valued and you both enjoy a deeper, more respectful connection. Lesson 3. Fear of abandonment. Have you ever noticed your partner acting distant or creating unnecessary conflict, leaving you wondering what went wrong? Sometimes, behaviors like testing your loyalty, needing constant reassurance, or even starting arguments come from a deep-seated fear of being abandoned. If this fear isn't understood and addressed, it can cause strain in your relationship, making both of you feel exhausted and disconnected. Over time, Seneca once said, "True happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future." This applies directly to the fear of abandonment. A relationship thrives when both partners feel secure in the present moment, without constantly worrying about what could go wrong. It's about creating a sense of stability that reassures your partner without making her completely dependent on you for emotional balance. The best way to ease this fear is through consistent actions, not just words. Show up when you say you will. Be reliable in both the small things, like keeping promises, and the big things, like being there during tough times. However, it's equally important to maintain your own independence. If you let the fear of her insecurity consume you, the relationship becomes unbalanced, and you might lose yourself in the process. Instead, focus on being dependable while setting healthy boundaries. Reassure her through your steady presence, but also make it clear that your life doesn't revolve entirely around her. This balance will help her feel secure without creating dependency, building a relationship based on mutual trust and respect. Lesson 4. Attraction to power and dominance. Have you ever noticed that your partner seems drawn to your confidence, your ability to take charge, or the way you handle tough situations? At first glance, this might seem like a simple attraction to strength, but it's deeper than that. Many women are naturally drawn to power, not the kind that comes from controlling others, but the kind that comes from self-assurance and wisdom. If you're not aware of this, you might misinterpret it or even shy away from asserting yourself, which can lead to confusion and frustration in the relationship. As Socrates said, "He who is not a good servant will not be a good master." True power isn't about dominating others, but about mastering oneself. It's about having the strength to remain calm under pressure, to make decisions with clarity, and to lead by example, not by force. When you embody this kind of power, it naturally attracts others, especially those looking for a stable and confident presence in their lives. To cultivate this power, focus on developing your inner strength. This means taking care of your mental and emotional well-being, standing firm in your beliefs, and pursuing your goals with determination. When you can make decisions confidently and without hesitation, it creates a sense of security for both you and your partner. At the same time, remember that true strength doesn't need to be loud or aggressive. It's calm, thoughtful, and assured. By embodying this type of power, you attract respect, not because you demand it, but because you exude confidence and self-retreat. This kind of strength creates a balanced and healthy dynamic in the relationship where both partners can thrive. Lesson 5. Social conditioning's impact. Have you ever felt like your partner is overly concerned with how others see her? Maybe she's constantly comparing herself to others, worrying about her appearance, or feeling pressure to meet society's standards of how a woman should behave. This is a direct result of social conditioning, those external expectations that shape her beliefs and actions. If you don't understand this, it can be easy to overlook or criticize these behaviors, which only deepens her insecurities and creates distance in your relationship. As Albert Einstein once said, "The important thing is not to stop questioning. Curiosity has its own reason for existing." This quote speaks to the need to challenge societal norms and expectations. When it comes to relationships, both partners must question the external pressures they face and create space for authenticity and self-acceptance. Recognizing these societal influences helps you understand your partner's insecurities and, rather than feeding them, you can offer the safe space she needs to be herself. The best way to approach this is by creating an environment of acceptance and understanding. Instead of reinforcing external standards, focus on the qualities that truly matter: her kindness, intelligence, and strength. Encourage her to embrace who she really is and show her that you love her for her unique qualities, not for how well she measures up to society's expectations. By doing this, you build a deeper connection based on mutual respect and understanding, free from the pressure to conform. This space allows both of you to be your true selves, without fear of judgment, strengthening the foundation of your relationship. Lesson 6. Overthinking and emotional intensity. Have you ever noticed that your partner tends to overthink things, especially in the relationship? She might worry about small issues that don't seem like a big deal, or read too much into things you say or do. While this can sometimes feel overwhelming, it's often a result of her empathetic nature, her ability to pick up on emotions and anticipate problems before they arise. If you don't recognize this tendency, it can lead to unnecessary tension and stress between you both. As the philosopher Epictetus wisely said, "We cannot choose our external circumstances, but we can always choose how we respond to them." Overthinking often comes from a place of fear or anxiety, but it's important to remember that we can control how we react to these thoughts. Instead of getting caught up in emotional turbulence, a Stoic approach is to stay grounded and focus on what's within your control. By offering a calm, rational presence, you can help steer the relationship back to a place of peace and understanding. When dealing with overthinking, patience and clarity are key. When your partner starts to spiral, be the anchor that brings her back to the present. Listen to her concerns without judgment, but help her separate real problems from imagined ones. Avoid dismissing her feelings. Instead, offer practical advice and reassurance. Help her understand that not every worry needs to be acted upon, and remind her that some things are simply out of both of your control. By staying calm and offering rational perspectives, you can ease her anxiety and build a more stable emotional connection. This balanced approach helps you both stay grounded, preventing overthinking from taking over and allowing your relationship to grow stronger. Now we are about the video. Now it is time to change your life. Write down a comment and say that you want to change your life, no matter how difficult it is to change. I will read each of your comment. Features one of the best comments in our channel. If you want a daily dose of unfiltered motivation, subscribe to our channel.